Today we are breaking down the 4 technician certification types for the EPA 608 exam: Type 1, Type 2, Type 3, and Universal. First, you must understand that the exam is broken into 4 distinct sections, and you must pass the core section to become certified in any of the specific types. Each of the 4 sections, Core, Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3, consists of 25 multiple-choice questions which you pass or fail independently. Let's begin with Type 1, which is for servicing small appliances. The EPA has a very precise definition for a small appliance that you must know for the exam. It must be manufactured, charged, and hermetically sealed in a factory, and it must contain 5 pounds or less of refrigerant. Exam questions will frequently feature examples like household refrigerators, window air conditioners, dehumidifiers, and vending machines. A common exam trap is to present a scenario with a system containing 4 pounds of refrigerant that is not hermetically sealed, such as a mini-split system. That system would not fall under Type 1 rules. While leak repair is not mandatory for Type 1 appliances, you are still required to recover the refrigerant to specified levels before servicing or disposing of the equipment. Next is Type 2, which covers high-pressure and very high-pressure appliances. This is the most common certification needed by technicians working on residential and light commercial air conditioning and heat pumps. These are the systems that use common refrigerants like R22 and R410A. The exam will heavily test your knowledge of the leak detection and repair regulations for these larger systems. You will be expected to know the specific leak rate thresholds that mandate a repair, which differ based on whether the appliance is used for comfort cooling, commercial refrigeration, or industrial processes. A classic trick question will describe a commercial refrigeration unit with over 50 pounds of charge and ask you to identify the acceptable annual leak rate before a repair becomes mandatory within 30 days. Moving on to Type 3. This certification is for servicing and disposing of low-pressure appliances. The primary example you'll encounter on the exam is a centrifugal chiller, which uses low-pressure refrigerants like R11 or R123. The most critical concept for Type 3 is that these systems operate in a vacuum. This means a leak will draw ambient air and moisture into the system rather than release refrigerant out. This contamination is a significant issue, so exam questions focus on the consequences, like high head pressure and the need for purging non-condensables. You absolutely must remember that the rupture disk on a low-pressure chiller is set to 15 psig to prevent the system from being dangerously over-pressurized. Finally, universal certification is the highest level a technician can achieve. It is not a separate test. Rather, it is awarded to technicians who have passed all 4 sections: Core, Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3. A universal certification allows you to legally service any piece of equipment covered under Section 608, regardless of its size or the pressure of the refrigerant. For a simple mental shortcut, think of the numbers. Type 1 is for small, number 1 appliances. Type 2 is the standard, most common certification for typical high-pressure AC work. And Type 3 is the unusual one, the low-pressure oddball like a chiller. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.